What is up, everybody? We are back with another Zwift commentary. Today we are doing the climbing portal in Zwift. We're doing Cote de Domancy. It's going to be in stage 16 of Tour de France this year. That's going to be on Tuesday, July 23rd. So we'll see how my time compares to the actual riders of the Tour de France. It starts off with a quick mile-long warm-up session before you get to the actual portal. So right here is me entering the portal. I wanted to do this at real speed. The guy right in front of me gave me a thumbs up. It's called Ride On in Zwift. So I returned that favor right before we enter. And this is so cool. This is the second time I've done a climb in the climbing portal, but it's just this like ethereal plane that you are riding in. On the left, it shows you each section you're riding. On the right-hand side, it shows you how steep the gradient is and the course as you ride it. There's a lot of great information specifically for your climb. If you've ever done the Alpe d'Huez in Zwift, then the interface is going to look similar. So I blew up the size of that sections area on the left, and I blew up the size of the gradient and course on the right, just so you can see what exactly is going on. My goal for this ride was to try and keep it above 200 watts for the majority of the climb. I feel like I did pretty decent at that goal, but at the end it'll show us our specific stats. The cool thing about the climb portal is, one, it allows the Zwift engineers to create climbs really quickly. Like, they don't have to do any of the scenery. I bet you it's just a plug and play of the topography of the climb that they can put into the program, and it'll pull out something like this. So if it's blue, it's relatively flat. If it's yellow, it's kind of increasing. Orange and then red is the steepest. Now, I was told once, or I heard once, that you want to give your hardest effort on the hardest part of the climb. So I'm saving a lot of my energy for these red sections. Now, unfortunately, most of this climb is red sections, so it's hard to like catch your breath between quote unquote hard sections. But if it ever was a red pavement, that's going to be a gradient above, I believe, 10%. Then I was actually out of the saddle on my trainer. And then if it was yellow or orange, or especially blue, I sat back down in the saddle. You can see that my watts will go down if I am on a flatter part, and then my watts go back up, because I'm trying to use the most energy on the hardest sections, the steepest sections, and then give my body the little bit of time to recover on those flatter sections. Now, the craziest gradient I've ever ridden is on this particular climb. It's towards the end, and I believe I slow down and zoom in on the gradient as we get there, so you'll see that. But so far I'm feeling pretty good. The Ghost that started in front of me was the fastest rider. I think it's in a 24-hour period, but the Ghost is the fastest rider for that 24-hour period. You can also see up in the top yellow, N. Fryer Jones did it in 14:41, and my current ETA right now is right around 17 minutes, and then it's dropping down as I get to a steeper gradient and put the hammer down, dropping down to about 16 and a half, all the way down to maybe 16 minutes. Now, I didn't expect to get anywhere close to the actual fastest time up there right now. My goal was, again, just to keep it over an average of 200 watts, really just push myself. Now, here we go. We can see 23% gradient it got up to. I don't think I've ever in my Zwift career, or even riding outside, done a 23% gradient. So now I've slowed it down in the last couple of minutes. I think I've got 0.22 miles and I got 87 feet left of climbing. You can see the ending circle up there. I'm pooped at this point. I have expended so much energy. My FTP is right around 208. So trying to maintain, even for 15 minutes above 200, is really pushing for me. You can see my watts drop all the way down to 92 just because I'm so tired. And at this point, I can't even get out of the saddle. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this climb still in the saddle. I downshifted my gears to a much easier gear, so you can see my rotations per minute up in the top left really increased. I think right now I got back into a higher gear to do this harder part. I'm out of the saddle again, so my rotations per minute decrease as I'm doing a slower cadence but a harder pedal stroke. Don't pay attention to my heart rate. For some reason, my heart rate monitor gets all out of whack And I'm pretty sure I was overheating my Wahoo Kickr Snap. That's the smart trainer that I use, and if it overheats, the watts kind of go all crazy. So I think that climb right there slightly overheated it, so it was reading incorrectly for the last little bit, or it just felt off. It didn't feel like it did the rest of the climb. But I'm coming in towards the end, so there was that 23% Kickr, and then another 20% Kickr, and then a 15% Kickr right here at the end. They saved the best for last for this climb. I didn't even pay attention to where I was on the leaderboard, but right now you can see I'm chasing down third place. I'm coming in right at 16 and a half minutes, and I think, yeah, I'm lower than third, but if you look on the left side right now, it puts me in third place. So another time must have fallen off. 1.8 mile climb, 1632, 789 feet of elevation, and I averaged 196 watts, which I'm going to say close enough to averaging over 200. I feel like in my heart of hearts, I averaged over 200, and when you do a climb and it lets you go right back down, take those free miles, enjoy the ride down. I really like the climbing portal. If you have Zwift, check it out. They're going to be doing all sorts of Tour de France climbs that you can do right now, so stick around. More to come. Peace.